Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. Sayyidina wa nabiyyina wa maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Jamaatul Muslimin. Today Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has afforded us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us, and we have in our midst today a very honorable guest, Councillor Hanif Hendricks, a councillor of the city of Cape Town, who is also the president of the Aljama-ah political party. Just a short history of Councillor Hanif Hendricks. Alhamdulillah, for the last 20 years, Councillor Hanif Hendricks have been serving the Cape Town community and also the country of South Africa in the Department of Labour. Now all of us, alhamdulillah, we are listening to the radio stations. The radio 786 every Tuesday night, Councillor Hanif Hendricks has a program with regard to labour laws on the radio 786 every Tuesday night. So inshallah, we are very honored and very fortunate to have Councillor today with us. And without any further ado, inshallah, we're going to call upon Councillor Hanif Hendricks, inshallah, to come share a few words of wisdom with us. Shukran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين يا أيها الإخوان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. It was a real pleasure for me to once again meet Imam Mustafa, and we go back 50 years when we were at school together at Trafalgar, and later on both of us were recruited by the MJC to help start the Majlis Shura al-Islami under Sheikh Mahdi Hendricks of the Azavia, and he worked to start the Usuluddin College, which was the first college of higher learning in Cape Town. Later on, a lot of other colleges started, but Imam Mustafa was one of the pioneers that laid the foundation. I helped Sheikh Mahdi mostly with secretarial work because, as you know, no one wants to take the minutes. It was by a week of minutes the fat. So, alhamdulillah, I'm still a trustee of the Shura and the longest serving member of the Shura. I feel so proud that I'm coming back to this mosque. I'll tell you why. The reason is that two musallis of this mosque went with me to see the government about our death certificates. When you die and you get a death certificate and you had a nikah, the death certificate says never married. Now, for 300 years, it means our nikah has not been recognized. Now, I work in the labor field department, like the Monala said, and I help draft the labor laws of the country in another capacity. And the first thing, if you want to draw unemployment, they want to see your death certificate. If you want workman's compensation, they want to see your death certificate. if your spouse, your husband or your wife died. If you want to retain your council house, they want to see the death certificate. And when the death certificate says never married, then there are problems. Nou die vrou was al klaar onder Ida. Now she must run from pillar to post. Die man is so hartseer dat sy vrou verloor het. En hy moet nou sukkel om te proef dat hy was getroud. Nou moet hy affidavit sign. Hy moet witnesses hê en dan gaan hulle op die ou einde, dan kom alles reg, maar almal hy moeite. The last official document that your country gives you when you die is your death certificate. And if that death certificate says that your nikah is not recognized, it harms your dignity. And that is unconstitutional. It harms your dignity, your human dignity. Sien dat ons saam op tres gesit kan iemand maar sit. So it harms your dignity. When we are born, it's very important to get your birth certificate, because then you get your book of life. As jy nie 'n book of life het, jy kan jy nie op pensioen trek nie. Baie van ons amper hy ouderdom. Now, because our nikah is not recognized, because our marriage is not registered, because our mom and dad's marriage wasn't registered, the husband now has to go to Home Affairs and say that my child can get my surname, and he signs. Almal hy moeite. So our dignity is harmed from the cradle to the grave. So that is why we went to the government in Joburg in the Tula House, and we explained to them that it's unconstitutional, and we gave them personal examples. It so happened that one of the Musalis is involved in burying people. En hy sê, as hy die familie gee die death certificate, was hulle so upset, pas hulle met my boeie en my mama was getroud. En hy sê dat never married. And then a week of 2 daarna, when they try and access the UIF benefits and other benefits, they come back and they say, because of that certificate, we have lots of problems. Now the marriages of gay people are recognized. As 'n man met 'n man trou en 'n vrou met 'n vrou trou, hulle marriage, hulle doodgaan, as jy dit never married, as jy married. If a man and a woman live together, they call it a civil union marriage. That's also recognized. If you pay your labola and you get a certificate from your traditional leader, and you go to Home Affairs and you give them the certificate, your marriage is registered. And when you die, all of us must die, your death certificate says married. Now, Muslims are here for 300 years. Sheikh Yusuf of Makassar started the liberation in South Africa, the liberation from colonialism. And that's why the government made him a national hero of the country and gave him the Oliver Tambo medal in gold for his contribution to start the struggle against colonialism and later on, against apartheid. So the Muslims have a proud history. So why can't they recognize our nikah? Now there are many wakils here, and some of you will know the story that our forefathers, when there was a kifayat, they were very precise about our religion. It's farad kifayat that if a person dies, every one of you is responsible to bury that person. Now I know you'll say, yeah, but if one or two people perform it, then that's all vrij daarvan. The old people never took a chance. Every family, every person, if someone died, hy druk sy hand in sy sak. Hy wil hy weet, is dit 'n kleintjie of is dit 'n grootjie? If it's a kleintjie, they used to pay a tikkie. If it's a grootjie, which is an adult, they used to pay, I think, 6 pence. Now, if you don't know what's a tikkie and what's a 6 pence, then you're very young. But there are a lot of people here that know what is a tikkie and what is a 6 pence and what is a kleintjie and a grootjie. People didn't take chances. The same with our marriage laws. The way you are married affects your inheritance, for example. It affects the custody of the children. It affects so many aspects of our lives. So 20 years, Judge Nafsa, a Muslim judge, drew up a bill. And in that bill, he tried to give legal consequences to the nikah. No one had the time, but he made the time, so we must thank him for starting the process. Maar 20 jaar is aan baie lang. En soveel het niks gebeur nie. So when we went to Latula House, they told us, look, we want to recognize all religious marriages. Muslim marriages, Hindu marriages, religious marriages. But the communities are not coming up with a proper bill. To say, your bill, Mr. Hendricks, the Muslim marriages bill, is so complicated because you try to put in 10 pages your whole religion. All your marriage laws, which runs into thousands of pages, you can't condense thousands of fatwas and hadith and Quran into 10 pages. You can't accommodate all the madhabs. You can't accommodate all the schools of thought in one bill. And that's why your ulama can't agree on one clause in the bill. Now, how can you expect us to pass it? So that after 20 years, there were 3 revisions of the bill. And people worked very hard and hulle gaan beloning kry. But they missed the point. They missed the point. They made it complicated for the government to pass it because there's a public participation program. And there were thousands of people who objected to clause 3 and clause 4 and clause 5 and clause 10. And so the government said, hey, ons weet nie wat om te doen nie. There's not one clause in the Muslim marriages bill that everyone said, alhamdulillah, we're happy with it. Ja, clause het hulle gekrap, en die Muslims kan krap. Ons maulanas en imams, ek weet nie, hulle sit allemaal hier, hulle kan diep krap. Hulle krap waar het die chickie. So, then they told us, you came to see us, give us a bill. Toe gryp ek mos. So we went to a judge in the labor field. Ek was in the labor field. Because it's easy om te trou. And alhamdulillah, 90% of our marriages are successful. Het gesê, ek abil toe nikah gehaal, en nafsi bidalik, and you stick to that undertaking. Maar daar is 10% waar het hak en tak. Psychological problems, social problems, financial problems. And we know that we have to deal with that in a very sensitive manner and not run to the courts and run all over the place. So we need a dispute resolution mechanism to deal with these problems. I'll give you one example. if the